but you know, the majority of the time we're accessing the internet via that smartphone and less often on desktops, and that's becoming a huge shift in the industry. And you know, the important thing to note with that is your website mobile enabled? And what that means is if you grab your phone right now and you type in the URL of the website that you currently have, is it easy for you to navigate? Are you able to click to call on that website? Is it, you know, a website that you would like to experience if you're on a mobile phone? Because if you think about your customers, that's the experience that they're going to go through. And if you have an easy to navigate website using a mobile device, then you're more likely to engage with those customers. Now, Facebook is another big player in this. So there's 15 million active users on Facebook in Australia, and we spend a lot of time on Facebook. 1.7 hours a day is spent on Facebook. I think Alicia probably spends a lot more than that. But I think for the average person, you know, that's a fair statement. And, you know, I get asked this quite a bit, you know, about the demographics on Facebook and who's really using it and that sort of thing. And there's been a huge shift in the last few years with the older generation tending to be on Facebook. And, you know, with me being American and my family being back home, it's a big deal for me, for my, you know, my mom and my grandma to see my child and, you know what I'm doing online. And it's a way for us to connect overseas. So you can see that number of the 50 to 64 and the 65 plus really growing online, and that's an area for you to be able to tap into for those that have mortgages and have, you know, the ability to refinance and that sort of thing. Now, when it comes down to digital marketing, it really is no longer a choice. If you think about your own behaviors online, 93% of us are going to go online to find something. You know, we do go to stores, we do go to the mall, we do go shopping on Chapel Street or what have you. But the majority of the time you're going to go online to do some price comparisons. You're going to go online to check and see what kind of new products and services are out there. And a lot of us will do both, right? So when it comes down to the mortgage industry, a lot of people are going to do research online. And the question you'll ask yourself is, you know, can people find me in my local area? Do I give off the perception that I'm an expert at what I do? Do I give off the perception that I have the most competitive rates online? And you know, do people want to work with me? If you think about your website, it's your storefront online, and you really have to represent yourself that way. And the more places you can be found online, the better off you'll be. So when it comes down to home loans and mortgages in Australia, there's a bit of research here on sort of the growth trends. So there's a 6% search growth in late last year compared to the year before. So what that just means is, this is a stat from Google. It means that, you know, when people are searching home loans or they're searching for mortgages, when they go to Google, it's been a 6% increase in that online from the year before, which is quite a hike. And a lot of those came from a mobile device. So again, just playing back to that concept of, you know, are you able to be found online, and is it a good experience when people are searching on their mobile device? And then the cost per click. This is another big stat. So when you do a search on Google, you know, if you're on your phone right now or you're in front of your computer and you do a search for mortgages or home loans, who comes up? Who shows up on the top of the search results page? Typically, it's the big four, if that's a fair statement to say in your local area, and they are willing to spend a lot of money to be there. You know, the competition is fierce in your industry, and the price, you know, the cost of doing digital online is changing because of it. So I did a little bit of research on some searches, and this is Google data. And what this does is it shows the search volume for these different search terms over the course of a year. So what I wanted to show here is that there's a bit of seasonality to a few of these. So if you look at mortgage broker, between about January and March, it's a fairly high search volume compared to the rest of the year. And a lot of that is because you have that new year, new me kind of thing going on. And a lot of people will start looking into creating an investment for themselves, or they're looking to refinance, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And then also When you look at refinance, you'll see that there's a bit of a spike over June, July during tax season. So they're looking to, adjust their home loan rates, and people have started to research that. So again, this is the type of data that we work with in the digital industry to be able to determine the best time to promote different products and services that you might have, to be able to get in front of the right clients at the right time. Just a few more stats for you. So this came from KPMG, which is a research foundation. And it says that 63% of people without a home loan are going to apply within the next 2 years. So if you guys think about the amount of people that we have in Australia and the amount that would sort of fall in that 20 to 40% or 20 to 40-year-old age range, there's going to be quite a few people looking for a loan over the next 2 years. And are you able to get in front of those people? So 61% are looking to renegotiate their mortgage. I think everyone out there, once they get a mortgage, they're happy. The whole process is probably a bit stressful, but they are, very aware that the interest rates are what they are. With the official cash rate sitting at 1.5% and it's holding the same, right? A lot of people are in the market right now to renegotiate their mortgage. So what are you doing, and what are you doing for your business to get in front of those people? Mortgage brokers at the moment have about a 56% market share. And that's because people think that you guys are unbiased, and that's, the reality of it. You're able to broker the right deal on their behalf, and so that's why you're able to capture, a lion's share of the market compared to the banks. And a lot of people bank with more than one institution because, they want the best rates. Now with you guys, with the mature market, as you have all your money in one specific bank and the market matures, there is, more than half of people that want to stick with that bank. But you're able to get in front of the younger generation, who is much more nimble and willing to work with someone like a mortgage broker to get the best rates, and really, use your knowledge and expertise in the industry to guide them through the whole process. Here's some more unique information for you guys. So if you look at sort of the teal green area, right? So 50% of people go with a mortgage broker because they want to have the best deal. And I think that's a pretty, compelling stat right there. So if you think about the Rate Chaser product and the different offerings that my local group has for you guys, that's a really good thing to focus on. And the other thing is that 29% of people went with a mortgage broker because they made it easy. So again, if people want it to be easy, then what are you doing for your clients to make it easy for them, right? Is that displayed on your website? Is your experience portrayed on the web, on your Facebook page, that sort of thing, right? And your reputation is also really important online. A lot of you have said to me, I'm word of mouth. I get all my referrals from word of mouth, and your reputation out in the market is great. But online, is your reputation matching what your offline reputation shows? All right, so this is actually a really interesting stat to me, and it was something that I was shocked to see when I was doing this research. If you look at the number of people that go online to research a home loan, it is, it's fairly high. And 33% of people want to be able to apply online, and 42% want to see their service online. So the chief software for you to be able to be the support behind that and be able to share your knowledge and expertise, as well as be supported by a digital platform, that is a huge point of difference for you. So how can digital help your business go from good to great? Each of you are in sort of a different part of your, business life cycle. Maybe you're just starting out as a broker, and maybe you have, you've been a broker for a really long time, and you've relied on word of mouth to, get you through your years. But now it's, the market's changing a bit, and a lot has gone online. So you're looking for ways to change your business. So one thing I'd say to focus on is to think local. Again, with with there being 56% of the market share out there being focused on brokers, there's a lot of you and there's a lot of competition. So think local, get in front of the market that you are closest with, and make sure that your information on the web is accurate. You know, so if you were to Google yourself right now, what comes up? Does your map listing have your business listing filled out? Does it have information about you, your hours of operation, how to get to you, any photos or anything like that? And you just want to make sure that your name, address, and phone number are correct everywhere on the web. It's a really important thing in Google's eyes, and it's something that you'd be able to do for free. It's just to make sure that that information online is correct. A couple other things. You know, you want to reach a larger audience in your local area. So again, a lot of you have relied on word of mouth, but just think about ways that you can get in front of more people, but in your local area. And you want to make sure that you're targeting the right consumers. You know, not everyone is in the market for a home loan, but you can absolutely find those people that are, and you want to make sure that you're getting in front of those people. The other thing is, you know, if you decide to do marketing, to understand exactly where your leads are coming from. You know, it's one thing to kind of just put yourself out there and then just hope for the best, but the advantage of working with a digital agency is really the tracking behind it and being able to optimize your campaign based on where your leads are coming from. And at the end of the day, the goal is to get a better return on investment for you, you know. I always say marketing's only expensive if it doesn't work. And, you know, the whole goal that we have as a digital agency working in the finance sector is to get you return on investment. So here's just a snapshot, I guess, of the products that I typically work with, but I do create custom solutions based on the needs of the client. So we do search engine marketing, which is where, you know, you go to Google and you see the listings there on the page. We do quite a few Facebook campaigns for mortgage brokers because you're able to, you know, show your unique selling proposition. We do a lot of display campaigns. So if people come to your website, how are you converting them? You know, once they've gotten to your website, people are not going to come to your website and buy a home loan straight away. So it's really ideal to keep them top of mind once they get there by following them around with a display campaign. Total Live Chat is a little chat widget, which you've probably seen on the My Local Broker website. And what that's meant to do is just capture the leads. So again, once they've come to your website, how are you capturing those leads beyond, you know, just having them fill out a form submission? You can optimize your website with SEO, and then just make sure that you have the tracking on the back end to ensure that you are optimizing your campaign to the leads that are, you know, delivering the best results for you. I wanted to give you an example of a campaign that I've run in our local market here in Melbourne. We've actually just started this campaign, and I think this is a pretty good angle. As you can see from the results, they're spending about $1,000 a month on Facebook, and in this campaign they'd only spent about $600, and they've received 94 leads, which is quite significant for their, you know, their investment. And the angle that they've taken with this campaign is that they're showing the consumer what they can achieve for a certain price point. And so this is the, you know, the unique selling proposition of this advertiser or this mortgage team. So for you, what you need to think about is what sets your business apart and what is going to make someone want to come and speak to you over the guy that's, you know, working next door. We have some offers because we're such a valued partner with My Local Group, and because Facebook, because we're their premier partner here in Australia, they provide us rebates for the volume of sales that we bring through to them. So we're able to pass that on to you guys. So if you buy 4 months of Facebook advertising, we'll pay for the last 2 cycles. So I just wanted to offer that to everyone on the call. If they're interested, you can let me know. And in summary, I just want to recap kind of everything that I've gone through today. So make sure you have an up-to-date online presence again. So make sure that your name, address, and phone number are all correct on Google. You know, Google yourself. What does it say about you? Do you have positive reviews online? And just make sure that all of your business information is up to date. make sure people can find you again. So if you're not on Google, if you're not on Facebook, and people can't find you online, then they're not going to buy from you. And that's, the reality of today's world. And just tying that back in, digital is now, people live online. We spend a lot of time online. We spend a lot of time on Facebook. And that's how you're able to get in front of your target market. Put customer service first. So, as an agency, we do a lot of work to make sure that we're delivering leads on the behalf of the clients. And if you don't follow up with them right away, the chances are the mortgage guy, next door to you is going to, close that lead. So make sure that you put customer service first. And, throughout the campaign, you just want to pinpoint who your target audience is. Who are the clients that you want to work with? When we can narrow that down, we're able to get in front of the right people and have a more impactful campaign. All right, so now I'd like to open it up to any questions. Anything and everything. Again, I've been in digital advertising and marketing for about 14 years. So there's no stupid questions out there. So I'd love to hear from you.
I might just start you off, Nicole, because
Sure.
I've got a question myself.
Sure.
You spoke about how important reputation is, online reputation as well as offline. Brokers tend to do offline really well. I'm just wondering if you've got any tips as to how brokers can improve their online reputation.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the big one that people go to, or the two big ones that people go to, is the Google My Business page, which is what shows up when you have your map listing on Google. So if you Google yourself, you'll see your listing there on the map, hopefully. And there's a potential for people to post reviews there. The second place that people tend to post a lot of reviews for your industry is on Facebook. So both of those places are areas that you're able to impact. And what I say is, in the same way that you offline, you ask for referrals or that sort of thing, you can do it online, right? So if you have a really great client that you've been working with for 20 years or what have you, and they've always loved your work, ask if they go on Google, ask if they can go on your Facebook page and just write a great review on your behalf, right? And just share that with the world, kind of thing. So every time you have a really happy customer, ask them to take a few minutes and just go online and leave you a review.
Sorry guys, I think we're having a technical difficulty. Could you please write in the Q&A if you can still hear us?
So Michael, you've asked how you can contact me. Once we get the slide back up, I'll give you my email and phone number, but I can just let you know my mobile is 0432-621-450. And after this webinar, Alicia will send a follow-up and just shoot through my details. My lead digital marketing consultant his name is James. So between the two of us, we strategize your campaign and deliver results on behalf of our clients. Got a question here. What do the recent changes to Facebook advertising mean to businesses moving forward? So Alan, I think you're referring to the algorithm changes that happened about two weeks ago. And there hasn't been a lot of change to businesses. There was a lot of fear that there'd be changes to businesses. So to recap, I guess what happened with that is Alan Zuckerberg sort of sat back and realized that the engagement rates on Facebook were declining, and that there was a lot of different sort of spammy looking posts happening that came from different media sources like HubSpot and whatnot, and less content that was focused around your friend list, because they had changed the algorithm so that you saw about 10% of your friends' posts, and more engagement on businesses and HubSpot and that sort of stuff. So he changed the algorithm, but it didn't impact advertisers. So if you're paying to advertise on Facebook, obviously that is the primary revenue stream that Facebook has, and they achieve that revenue stream by keeping their user base. So Alan's trying to basically, keep the balance between the user base, keeping them happy, but also keeping the revenue stream up through advertising. So as of this point, we've seen no changes in our campaigns that we've run on Facebook. We've worked with our Facebook account managers, and they say there might be a change. We might see a change, but at this point it's too early to see. But really good question. Thank you. I've got another question. What is an effective budget starting out for a new home loan leads? So the minimum budget that we start out with is $500 a month over that 4 cycles, and then again we'll pay for the last 2 for you. The difference between a $500 budget and $1,000 is really your reach. So the more money you put into the campaign, the more people you're able to get in front of, and then hopefully the more leads that you'll secure from that.
Any other questions, guys?
Can someone just let us know if you're able to see the screen, and we can put my contact details up here at the end. That way you're able to get in contact with me.
Oh, they can see it.
Can you just, are you able to go to the last slide? It's got my contact details there. So here's my contact details. And again, James is my digital marketing consultant that works with me. He's been in the business for a really long time as well. And he's certified across Facebook, Google, as well as Bing. So he is the technical manager behind all of our campaigns. And he is the sort of the key to strategizing what's going to work for your business. All right, great. Are there any other questions before we wrap up today?
I just wanted to say thank you so much to Nicole for coming in today, and I think that was a fantastic presentation. I mean, I learned a lot myself, and I'm sure all of you hopefully took away something valuable from this presentation today. If there's any other questions, it's your last chance. Otherwise, we'll be logging off, and we'll, as Nicole said, we'll be sending through slides, contact details, and a recording as well.
Great. I just see one more question from Michael. It sounds like you've got quite a few questions around strategy. So happy to have a chat offline about that and see what is the best strategy for your business. Because his question was, is it best to start off with Google or Facebook? And the answer is it depends. So it depends on what your goals are. We'll take that conversation offline, and we'll see what works best for you.
All right, thanks everyone. We're going to wrap up now. So we'll hopefully speak to you at the next webinar. Thanks, bye.
Have a great day.